everything that's been added to the podcasting industry, pretty much without exception, has been good for the industry because it's very hard to pollute the podcast industry. Even when you have free hosting, like you have Anchor come in and they're like, hey, record podcasts on, a potato in your kitchen, and it sounds terrible. They still got so many new people into podcasting that I was like, hey, Anchor can't hit you on this. Then they sell to Spotify. Spotify gets interested, comes into the space, spends a bunch of money, brings a whole bunch of new listeners into the space.
And creators.
Yeah. So we're growing and growing and growing as an industry in a really, really nice way. Tons of money, tons of new creators, tons of new talent, but not in a way where things get out of control and it turns into, oh my God, everybody with a podcast is just like this insufferable internet marketer. Those people give up because it's actually so hard to create in the space of podcasting. It's easy enough for people who love to create something good, but it's hard enough that scammers come in and they go, this is stupid. I'm going to Clubhouse, going to, back to social media, back to grifting on YouTube and running YouTube ads. Like the scammers don't survive in podcasting because it requires too much work. Yeah. But creators who want to do the work are welcome and they do well in the space.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to bring up. Is it seems like the quality in podcasting it's like a natural weeding out of the bad people because you're just not going to keep doing it. Like it's just not worth your time, and you can't outsource it to your team. Right.
Right.
Like you can't like, literally, bro. And you're probably the same way. All my social media is run by somebody on my team. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like they do all of this stuff for me. So most of the time when people see me post, it's not me, it's somebody on my team. And there's a caption written by somebody on my team. And it's obviously doing their best to be in my voice. And it's somebody that's worked with me for 3+ years and I approve them and stuff like that, but it's still not me. When I'm on a podcast like this, I have to be here.
Right.
Like I can't be here and somewhere else. Like I can't outsource what I'm doing right now. It has to be me. You know what I mean? I feel like that intimacy that it brings is a big plus for it. And then the self-policing that happens on the platform because of just the barrier to entry is a little bit higher, I think, than other platforms.
Yeah, I agree. I call it the great equalizer, sort of tongue in cheek, because Spotify or whoever, I don't even want to pick on them because they're good for the space, but let's say some big company comes in and goes, yeah, we're paying this comedian $10 million and she's going to do 3 seasons of an exclusive podcast for us. And then they release it and they go, oh my God, this is bombing. What is going on? We gave her, $2 million for season 1. We put $500,000 into marketing. We're negative 80% on ROI. Like, what the hell? And then some schmuck like me, who's been doing it for a decade and change, comes along and is like, hey guys, didn't have my regular microphone today, just sort of borrowed a friend's USB thing, and I'm in a hotel, and so it's a little echoey. Anyway, really interesting conversation here with this human rights activist, and it's like, cool. Cha-ching, advertisers are happy, sponsors are happy, show growth, 4,000, listeners per, whatever, month on month. And it's like, what happened? And what happened is nobody gives a crap if you injected a bunch of money and then threw a celebrity who's not good at hosting a radio show, which is what podcasting is.
Exactly.
And then said, hey, broadcast this to your social media followers. Because, you might be like Kim Kardashian and have a podcast, but like, I won't pick her because she actually does. Let's pick somebody who doesn't. You might be a big name celebrity that has a big social media following. You start a podcast, expect 0.1% conversion. Just if you're lucky, right? Maybe you get 1% of your entire following to look at your show, and then like 0.1% stays on to episode 2, 3, and 4. So you have to have tens of millions of people on other social channels just to get like a tiny amount, just to get you out of bed to create the amount, create the content that results in a positive ROI for you in podcasting. But then some dude who like knows how to speak well about Eastern philosophy or the Soviet Union starts a podcast and everyone's like, wow, this is so good. And they go and he has $1 million business.
Yeah. You have a Sam Harris.
You have a Sam Harris. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You have a Lex Friedman who comes in and goes, let me talk about neuroscience in a very monotone way, not marketing it.
Yeah.
Just get my friends on. And then it's like immediate 7-figure revenue. Immediate. I put that in quotes because of course he's been working for years, but like 7-figure revenue stream. That guy makes more money and we make more money with our show than like the Anchorman podcast with Will Ferrell. What's going on there? What's going on there is podcasting. Great equalizer. Nobody's paying me to be an Anchorman 4 or whatever, if that exists. They're paying Will Ferrell like $30 million probably to be in that. I will never get that. But when he starts a podcast, now he's in my house and he's like, what the hell? This thing isn't working. And his whole network is just confused and bleeds money out because it's ROI negative. But good stuff in podcasting slowly but surely gains ground over time and makes a lot of money and has really loyal fan bases. And you can't say that for any other platform. YouTube doesn't have that. You do have loyalty, but man, if you piss off the algorithm gods, you are effed, right? You are totally screwed. Or if you do something that has a ton of listeners, but YouTube's like, it's kind of controversial, you get demonetized. Well, I hope you have other sponsors.
Or deplatformed.
Yeah, you get deplatformed. With podcasting, it's decentralized. You get outside sponsors. I'm not reliant on like some sort of algorithm to get me discovered, which is both good and bad. Which is why I'm excited. I'm excited for algorithmic discovery. But since we've all had to survive without it for 15 years, we have succeeded without it. So anything that turns on algorithmic discovery is going to make all of us bigger and better as a result.
More fuel on the fire.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But with 15 years of prep time.
Yeah. But with 15 years of prep time. Exactly. Yeah.